Hello, everybody. That was an inadvertent live moment. We'll get it set. We'll play some baseball. My name is Joe, and this is JC Sports Replays, bringing you some live payoff pitch baseball action from April 17th, 1973. Let's get this wire out of the way. There we go. Make sure the chat is functioning. Probably have to do a new chat because we're different. We're in a different live stream. Let's go to the correct channel. Someday I'll get good at this setup. We have the Detroit Tigers and Joe Coleman facing off against the Boston Red Sox and Lynn McGlothen. There we go. It's a little more of me than you want to see. It's a weird angle, man. It's just like baseball. I don't know what it is. It actually is baseball, just on cards and dice. There's a little Yankee Stadium replica over here, courtesy of Michigan and Trumbull. Well, anyway, we're going to pop this chat out once again. And we're going to play a little payoff pitch scored on Digital Diamond Baseball. So the lineups are set. We'll go over them quickly. For the visiting Detroit Tigers, it's going to be Dick McAuliffe playing second base and leading off. Bill Freehan playing catcher and batting second. It's Al Kaline in right field batting third. Norm Cash will play first and bat cleanup. Gates Brown, the designated hitter, will bat fifth. Willie Horton will bat sixth and play left field. Aurelio Rodriguez will bat seventh and play third base. The center fielder will be Mickey Stanley batting eighth, and Ed Brinkman, the shortstop, will bat ninth. So I'll make sure. I set these up a little while ago. I just want to make sure I actually set them up. And on the mound for the Tigers will be Joe Coleman. The Red Sox send out a lineup that looks like this. Left fielder Tommy Harper bats leadoff. Shortstop Luis Aparicio batting second. Carl Yastrzemski bats third and plays first base. Reggie Smith will bat cleanup and play center field. Orlando Cepeda, the designated hitter, will bat fifth. Rico Petrocelli, the third baseman, will bat sixth. Batting seventh is the catcher Carlton Fisk. Batting eighth is going to be second baseman Doug Griffin, and in right field, batting ninth, Dwight Evans. The pitcher for Boston today, Lynn McGlothen, and he'll start things off. In real life, a 1-2 record in 3 starts, an 8.22 ERA. So we're pretty much set to go. I've got my green tea. I've got my charts. I'm going to take a little sip of water to start things off. And hopefully the dogs will stay sedate for this one. Evening, Ben. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're back in our 1973 replay. The Tigers come into this game with a 5-3 record. Boston 4-2. So McGlothen's on the mound in our replay thus far. Well, this is his first start. McAuliffe, 7 for 26, a 269 average, 1 homer, and 7 runs batted in. A very good start for a leadoff man, McAuliffe. But I think, if memory serves, he did all of that in one game. So, top of the first, McGlothen deals to McAuliffe. That is an 8-17, a tough pitch from the right-hander, and McAuliffe down on strikes for the first out. We're scoring this game in Digital Diamond Baseball. And I'm trying a new setup here. This is my second game streaming this way, and I like it so far. So it's a lot like a radio broadcast. You really only see the cards and dice. And I will give you the scores and updates as we go. So the catcher, Bill Freehan, 32 years old, 9 for 29 on the season, a 310 batting average. No homers and 1 RBI thus far. 1 out, top of the first. It's a 7-46 tough pitch. And going to be grounded down to third. There's Petrocelli. He has it over to Yastrzemski. And that is the second out of the inning. I'll bring up Kaline. Al Kaline 39 years old, 9 for 21, a 4.29 average to start off the season. 1 homer, 4 runs batted in. 2 outs, here's K-line. McGlothen deals. It's a 6.66. Uh-oh. That's a ballpark chance for the righty K-line, and that's in the wheelhouse. He leaves one hanging, does McGlothen, and let's see what K-line does with it at 37. He lines this one into the gap. Smith is over quickly, cuts it off, and he will hold K-line to a single. So a well-hit ball, but Reggie Smith makes a good play, and Al K-line stops at first with a 2-out base hit. Well, now McGlothen's got to deal with the big left-handed first baseman Cash. Norm is 6 for 25 with 3 doubles, 2 homers, and 9 runs batted in. He's been hitting for power, a 600 slugging average so far on the season. So 2 outs. K-line perched at first. Here's the pitch to Cash. How about a 6.20? That's a ballpark check, and on a lefty, the 20 is still wheelhouse in Fenway. Let's see what Cash does with it. 76. That's a little. He gets under it. A little late on that one. Smith is going back on the track to left center field near the monster, over in the corner there, and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So 1 hit, 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of the first, and it is Joel Coleman on the mound for Detroit. Coleman comes into this. This is his 3rd start. He's 0-1, a 7.84 ERA. That belies his real-life performance of 23-15 with a 3.53. So we'll see if he can straighten things out. A quick check of the chat. You love Digital Diamond Baseball, men, so do I. I'm having a hard time playing anything without scoring it in here, so I have 2 replays going right now in it. It's this one and Payoff Pitch 1994, which I entered some manual games in, and now that we're doing this, we'll probably switch back and forth between the 2. I also got another season in the mail yesterday. I haven't unboxed it yet. We'll do an unboxing video this weekend in all likelihood. Well, here's Coleman. He's going to face Tommy Harper, who's 6 for 23 on the season, a 2.61 average, no homers, and 3 runs batted in. That is upright, so it counts. An 11 tough, and a 56 will be grounded down to third. Rodriguez is there over to Cash. 1 away. Here's Aparicio. Luis is 2 for 25, a 0.80 batting average so far. No homers and 1 run batted in. We know he's in there for his glove, but 0.80, that's ridiculous. How about an 11 tough pitch and a 90? That's grounded down to short. Brinkman's there, fires to Cash. And now he's 2 for 26. 2 outs quickly, and here's Yastrzemski. Carl is 9 for 25 on the season, 360, with 1 homer and 4 runs batted in. 7.69, that's a tough pitch, and Yastrzemski on the ground to Brinkman again. He has it and gets him in plenty of time. So a 1-2-3 inning for Coleman. Nothing after 1. A little enforced sip of green tea between innings will keep the pipes happy and make sure I get my antioxidants. And no, if you're wondering, I didn't spike it. So top of the second, McGlothen comes out. He'll face Gates Brown to lead things off. Brown is 2 for 18, a 111 batting average. He did hit a homer and has a RBI. How about a 5.35? That's in play. And grounded back to McGlothen at first. He picks it and flips to Yastrzemski at first for the out. 1 away. And that'll bring up Willie Horton. Willie's 3 for 12 on the young season with a homer and an RBI. 1 out. Here's the pitch from McGlothen. That's a defense check. 39 is going to be an error pitcher. So his fielding, McGlothen's pretty decent. He's a 2. Or is that bad? That's bad, actually. Never mind. He's pretty terrible. And a 65 is still going to be an out. What kind of out? A grounder back to McGlothen. He gloves it and flips to Yastrzemski for the 2nd out. Horton retired. There's 2 away. And here's Rodriguez. Aurelio on the season is 6 for 33, a 182 average. 1 homer and 7 runs batted in. So 7-23, a tough pitch, and down on strikes is Rodriguez, and that's the inning. Go to the bottom of the second. Coleman will come out and face 4, 5, and 6. Smith, Cepeda, and Petroselli. That's my wife eating ice cream in the background. Don't worry about it.
Oh, sorry, hon.
It's all right. So Ridley Smith is 7 for 25, a 280 batting average to start the season. 1 homer, 2 runs batted in. 347. That's a tough pitch, and he lines it. Oh, wait, hold on. Wrong side. I was looking at lefty. He grounds it on the ground. Back to Coleman, who gloves it and flips the cash for the first out. I can't see chat while I'm scoring the game, folks, so I'm going to check it between innings. You'll get used to that. I know I will. Here's Cepeda. Orlando is 4 for 20, a 200 average. No homers, 3 ribbies. 6-0-4. Tough pitch strikes him out. Cepeda down on strikes. There's 2 away. Here's Rico Petroselli. 6 for 24, a 250 average. He's got 2 homers and 6 batted in. Coleman delivers. It's a 6-73. Tough pitch. Fly ball out to center. Stanley ranges over and makes the play for the third out. So another 1-2-3 inning for Coleman. We'll head to the third. No score. You have expanded to 1940 payoff pitch, 58 Stratomatic, 73 inside pitch, 76 Stratomatic, 83 PP. What's PP? Is that payoff pitch? Yep. And 1996 inside pitch. You are all over the place, man. That's a lot. I have others going. I haven't put them in DDB yet, though. Yeah, I don't know why I blocked on that one. I was looking for the O, I guess. But it's one word, man. But yeah, I got to... I'm going to try to keep it reasonable for channel purposes and completion purposes. Try not to go too crazy. I'm really enjoying 73, and I am thinking about starting a 60s decade replay in Strat using Digital Diamond and letting Strat dictate, so it won't be as played. But I haven't decided if I want to do that or not yet. I'm really enjoying the payoff pitch lately, so... I'd have to start purchasing a couple of seasons. I don't have all the 60s, but they are available. Well, here's Mickey Stanley. Stanley, 8 for 25 in the young season, a 320 batting average, 1 homer, 9 runs batted in. Solid start for Stanley on the year. McGlothen ready, top of the third. Here's the pitch. Got an 8.99. Well, that's a tough pitch, but lofted out to Harper in left, and he's there for the first out. That brings up Brinkman. Also a solid start. 321. He's 9 for 28. 3 doubles, no homers, 4 runs batted in. McGlothen delivers to the right-handed Brinkman. 6-74. That's a ballpark check. 74 is going to be in play. We'll re-roll. And that's an 0-1. Base hit. That's going to be into the gap for a 2-base hit for Brinkman. So a 1-out double for Ed. He's in ahead of the throw, and it's McAuliffe coming up. Top of the order. McAuliffe 4 for 1 on the day. He struck out his first time up. Brinkman on second, 1 down. 7-73. Another tough pitch. Lofts this one out towards center. Smith ranging, and he will make the play. Let's see if Brinkman is quick enough to tag. He is. So Brinkman tags up. He will head to third, and the throw comes in to the cutoff man. So second out, runner on third. And it will be Bill Freehan. Good hitter is Freehan. Better against lefties than righties. He's batting an even 300. He's 0 for 1 today. He grounded out. That's a 7.54 tough pitch. And fly ball out toward right. He goes the other way. Evans has plenty of room and makes the play. And that's the inning. So nothing doing after 2.5. The Red Sox coming up. It'll be 7, 8, and 9. Fisk, Griffin, and Evans. Here's Fisk. He is 5 for 20, a 250 batting average, no homers and 2 ribbies. 680. Tough pitch. Fly ball out to center. Stanley has it. 1 away. Here's Griffin. The second baseman, Doug Griffin, is 7 for 21 for 333 average. No homers, 2 RBIs. How about a 307? Tough pitch, and down on strikes is Griffin for the second out. That'll bring up Dewey, Dwight Evans, 22 years old. 6 for 20, he's batting 300. No homers and just 1 ribby so far. He's also stolen a base if you're into that kind of thing. 7-13. Tough and down on strikes is Evans. A good inning for Coleman. And he's retired the first 9. I don't know how you keep those all straight. Ben, do you rotate them or what? '73 is your newest. Played 2 games so far. I can't tell you how many times I've played the openers for '73. Probably 3 or 4. I've got to stick with it this time. I got a bad habit of getting through the first 3 weeks and dropping replays. Well, McGlothen comes out for the 4th. He's going to face K-Line, who's 1 for 1 on the day, a single. How about an 8-16? That's a tough pitch, and K-Line's down on strikes, 1 away. Here's Norm. Cash 0 for 1. Flew out to center his first time up. 5-07, that's an in play, and that's trouble. Pulls this one into the gap over Aparicio's head. Harper's racing over. He will not get it. Cash is around first on his way to second, and the throw comes in. Cash has a stand-up double. 1-out double for Norm Cash. And it's going to be Gates Brown coming up. Still no score, top of the 4th, 1 out. Runner on second, and here's Brown, who is 0 for 1. Grounded out his first time up. That's a 3 ballpark check, 68 against a lefty. That's going to be an in play. Hit well, but not that well. 29. Pops it up on the infield. He got jammed. Yes, Dremsky calls everybody off and makes the play, second out. So Cash perched out on second, not wavering too far from the bag, and here's Horton. Willie grounded out his first time up, 0 for 1. McGlothen delivers 9-83. Patient, but not that patient. Gets the bat on it, drives it out toward Smith, routine in center. And there's 3 away. So both pitchers off to a good start. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Coleman will face the top of the order. No, he won't. Yes, he will, actually. Top of the order. It's Tommy Harper. Tommy's 0 for 1. How about a 3? Tough. 78. Fly ball center. A lot of those today. Stanley's there. Harper's retired. 1 away. Aparicio, 0 for 1. Grounded out his first time up. 9-06. That's an in play. And a base hit up the middle for Aparicio. A little chopper that got through everybody. And Luis is on at first base. 9's too high for his auto steal. Here's Yastrzemski. Carl's 0 for 1. That was the first base hit for the Red Sox off Coleman. So he's pitching from the stretch now, keeping a close eye on Aparicio. And here's Yastrzemski. The pitch is a 6-65. Tough pitch. Fly ball out toward left. Horton coming in on it and makes the play. Aparicio will retreat to first. And there's 2 away. Here's Reggie Smith. Reggie, a chopper, back to the pitcher his first time. 2 outs. Runner on first. Coleman delivers to Smith. A 5-78 ballpark. That's too high. That's going to be an in play. And an 0-2. That's trouble. That's a 2-base hit for Smith. And let's see if Aparicio has the speed to score. He does. That's going to be Aparicio's around second on his way to third. They're waving him home. He's going to be in. The throw is cut off. And Smith has a 2-out double that scores Aparicio all the way from first base. He was off with the pitch and scores easily. 1-0 Red Sox here, bottom of the 4th. Reggie Smith with an RBI double in a clutch situation. And Boston gets to Coleman finally. He hadn't allowed a hit before this inning. He allows 2, and it costs him a run. Here's Cepeda. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Smith on second. 6-38. Tough pitch, and a base hit up the middle. Smith will score, and Cepeda's got himself an RBI single. And it's 2-0 Boston. Well, that'll bring up Petroselli. He's 0 for 1. A lot of two-out trouble here for Coleman. That is a 786. A tough pitch. Grounded toward Brinkman at short. He has it over to Cash. And that'll do it. But the damage is done. 3 hits, 2 runs. And the Red Sox lead 2-0 after 4 innings. Tigers are definitely in a bit of trouble. On paper, Coleman should be the better pitcher. But right now, Boston has the lead. We go to the 5th. McGlothen's coming out to face 7, 8, 9. Rodriguez, Stanley, and Brinkman. Aurelio is 0 for 1 today. He struck out. McGlothen delivers 10-77. Wheelhouse 77. That's a high number. Gets a hold of this one, but a little late. Smith will have room short of the track, and there's one away. Rodriguez retired. That'll bring up Stanley. Mickey 0 for 1. He flew out to left. How about a 10-99? Wheelhouse again, but a big number. Another fly ball out toward Harper in left. He's over by the line, and he has room. Makes the play. 2 down. So McGlothen gets away with a couple of hangers. He better straighten him out in a hurry and hit the corners, or he's going to find his lead disappearing. Well, here's Brinkman. Edge 1 for 1 on the day. A double back in the 3rd. 5-29 in play. And that is popped up on the infield. Aparicio over by the bag makes the play. 4 to 3rd out. So a couple of hard hit balls, but McGlothen threw the 5th. He's allowed no runs. And he has a 2-0 lead. His team will try to add to it. Coleman comes out to face Fisk, Griffin, and Evans in the bottom of the 5th. Carlton's 0 for 1 today. Flew out to center. Red Die wants to leave. He's coming back. It's a 6-0-5. Tough and strikes him out. 1 away. 4th strikeout of the day for Coleman. Here's Griffin. He struck out his first time up. Dice are suddenly hoppy. Not happy, just hoppy. 8-65. Patient. Fly ball to right. K-line's there. 2 away. And here's Evans. Dwight struck out his first time up as well. 11-41. That's a tough pitch, and he gets him on a breaking ball. Dewey's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. So we're through 5. I need a sip of tea. Boston with the 2-0 lead as we head to the 6th. Top of the order for the Tigers, McCullough, Freehan, and K-line. This will be the time to get something going. McCullough 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. 7-32. That's another strikeout. McGlothen pitching well today. Retires McCullough on an off-speed pitch. 1 down. Here's Freehan. A ground out and a flyout 0 for 2. This one's defense check 46. That's going to be error first base. Yastrzemski playing first. Let's see what the die roll is. That's a 10. That's certainly going to be an error. Yep, 1-16. No matter what he does, it's an error. Let's see the type. It's going to be an E3, 1 base. So chop down to Yastrzemski. He bobbles it, recovers, but Freehan legs this one out before Yastrzemski. McGlothen didn't cover after Freehan bobbled it. After Yastrzemski bobbled it, and they'll give Yastrzemski the E3. So Freehan on first. Here's K-line. Al is 1 for 2. Single and a strikeout. 1 down. Top of the 6th. Tigers trying to get back in this one. They trail 2-0. It's a 10-70 wheelhouse. But again, a high number. That's a grounder to second base. Going to be too high for any kind of double play. Fielded by Griffin. Flips to Aparicio. They'll only get 1. G4-6 fielder's choice if you're scoring at home. So K-line reaches. 2 down now, and here's Norm Cash. Norm's 1 for 2. He's flown out and doubled back in the 4th. How about a 10-94? That's another wheelhouse and another high number. Cash's jam shot in on the hands. He pulls this one out toward right, but it's not very deep. Evans Few steps to his left and makes the play. The side is retired. McGlothen through 6 innings. And here's Coleman coming out for the 6th. He will face the top of the Red Sox order, Harper, Aparicio, and Yastrzemski, as they try to get some insurance. Bottom of the 6th, 2-0 Boston. Coleman to Harper. Harper 0 for 2. What a 7-29. Tough pitch, and he's down on strikes. 6th for Coleman today. Here's Luis Aparicio, batting 111 on the season, 3 for 27, including today's at-bats. 39 years old, past his prime, but still a good glove. 534, ballpark check. 34 is a wheelhouse, but Aparicio's wheelhouse is a little light. Again, at 68 means it won't matter anyway. Grounded down to second. McAuliffe has it, flips to cash, and Luis is retired. Make it 3 for 28, guys. Here's Carl. Carl. This is not The Walking Dead. This is Fenway Park. 0 for 2 is Yastrzemski. 2 down, bottom of the 6th. 12, defense check, 43. That's an error first base, possibly. Cash. 68. No error. That's going to be a 7. Ground ball to Cash. He gloves it and takes it himself. To retire, Yastrzemski. So we're through 6 complete. Boston nursing a 2-0 lead. McGlothen comes out for the 7th. Yes, he does. Man's got a shutout going. He's going to have to get in trouble before the manager pulls him. That's what I'm thinking, folks, if you were wondering. See if anybody else has joined our chat today. Still doing 86. Hey, Dev, it's been a while, man. It's been a while. I might pull it back out. It's still, I still have it locked up in the closet. Kind of enjoying 73 right now. I don't know why I got off 86. Probably because I went back to work after being out of work for a while and just got distracted. But right now we're on 73, man. So we'll probably get back to it. I'd like to replay the entirety of the 80s as one of my big goals in the next decade or so. God willing. Well, here's Gates Brown. Boston with a 2-0 lead. Top of the 7th. Detroit will try to get going. It's Brown 0 for 2. 10-65. Another wheelhouse check. Man, McGlothen is hitting those. But he's escaping them nicely. A grounder down to short. Aparicio over to first. 1 away. That 10 wheelhouse is trouble for McGlothen. Sooner or later, he's going to pay for it. Maybe not today, but sooner or later. Horton gets an 840. Tough pitch. And a base hit up the middle for Horton. Fights off a tough inside pitch and just gets the head of the bat on it and flicks it into center field. So Willie's on at first with 1 out. And here's the Rodriguez. Really a good bunter, but I don't think they're thinking about bunting here. Horton, not much speed, so I don't think they're going to hit and run. McGlothen delivers. Rodriguez 0 for 2 so far. Having a ballpark check. 65 right-hander. That's a wheelhouse. Another wheelhouse against McGlothen. My goodness. And this one's trouble. 28. That's a single on Rodriguez this card. So Horton will scamper over to third. And Mickey Stanley will come to the plate. So first and third. 1 down. McGlothen. They're playing back for the double play. They'll concede the run. But they'd rather get 2. McGlothen ready. Stanley 0 for 2 today. How about a 738? That's a tough pitch. And a line drive through the right side. A base hit. And a run will score. It's going to be first and second. And it's 2-1 Boston now. And that might be it for McGlothen. Let's take a look at Boston's bullpen. Yeah, they're very well rested. So McGlothen's going to catch some pine. He pitched well today in his first start of the season. He pitches into the 7th, gives up 1 run so far, but is responsible for both runners, and he's the winning pitcher of record if the score stays right here. Let's see who the Red Sox are going to bring out of the bullpen. Who got that hit, was it? That was Stanley, so it's Brinkman, McAuliffe, and Freehan due up. Freehand's terrible against righties. McAuliffe's pretty good against both, and Brinkman's not great against either. And they've got a bunch of lefties in the bullpen, so it doesn't really matter who's good at what. Looks like we're going to go to Roger Moret. Roger Moret. The lefty Moret will come in. And try to get out of trouble here. So we make the changes in Digital Diamond and wait for the game to load properly. So Moret comes in, first and second, one down, top of the seventh. Detroit trails by one. The tying run on second, the go-ahead run on first, and he'll deal with Brinkman. Brinkman, the 9-hitter. Will he? We might see a pinch hitter here, folks. Hold on a second. See what options they have. Well, that's an okay option. Yeah, I think it's time. They've got a pretty good weapon on the bench here, guys. So Brinkman's going to catch some pine as well. His days at shortstop will be over for today. They're going to bring in Frank Howard to pinch hit for Brinkman. And that is trouble for Moret. Boston doesn't have a righty that's rested in the bullpen right now. So they have to go with a lefty. Moret's a pretty good choice. He could start if you need him to. Today he's going to relieve, and he's going to have to deal with Frank Howard. Well, Moret, it's his second game of the season. He's pitched one inning and allowed one hit and no earned runs. He'll face Howard, who is 0 for 5 on the young season. Frank's 37. First and second, one down. The tension is building. Moret waits for Howard to get in the box. And now he's ready. Takes a look at Rodriguez and sets. Staring down Howard. Howard, bat barely moving. The big right-hander waits for the pitch. Here it is. 4-0-0. We've got a ballpark rare play. Ballpark rare play. It's going to be a ballpark, runners on base, ballpark 13. Let's see what that looks like, folks. A hell of a time for it. Batter hits a drive down a deep center field that bounces wildly off the wall. The center fielder eventually retrieves the ball and throws it to third. Batter with a run rating of 6 or less is safe on second with a double. All runners score. So Howard's going to get the job done. Howard is going to get the job done. A bases clearing 2-run double from the pinch hitter Frank Howard. And that is a hell of a move by the Detroit manager. I don't know who it was in 73. It wasn't Sparky, was it? It's too early. I'm not sure. In any case, Howard comes in with a pinch hit double. And suddenly it's 3-2 Tigers. And now McGlothen is the pitcher of record on the L side. A big base hit for the veteran Howard. And we've got a ball game, folks. Well, Moret now is going to face McAuliffe with 1 out and nobody on. That's a lot more tenable. Pardon me, Howard on second. Forgot about that. That was not a homer. That was a double. Well, here's McGlothen. I just realized there's a pitching cage on this particular picture of Fenway Park, and there's no fans in the seats. Might have to look for some ballpark pics for Digital Diamond, but you can't see it, but I can. Anyway, it does the job. McAuliffe 0 for 3 today. The pitch from Roger Moret. 671. That's a tough out. It's good news. Can't be a strikeout. It's a ground ball down to short. Howard not going to move. Aparicio looks him back. Howard's real slow of foot, frankly. He's a 4 running in this game. So Howard holds. McAuliffe is out at first. And there's 2 down. Here's Freehan. He hits lefties a lot better than he hits righties, actually, but Boston didn't have too many options. Freehan 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch. It's a 6-something. 667, another tough out. That is going to be grounded down to Griffin. He takes it, flips to Yastrzemski. The inning's over. But Howard with the big base hit. And the damage is done. Howard will probably come out of the game. He definitely will, in fact, and we're going to find a shortstop. We've got Tony Taylor who can play second. I think that's the move we have to make, right? Let's see. Well, McAuliffe might move to short. It's going to be McAuliffe or Jay. AJ or Rodriguez. Yeah, McAuliffe's going to move to short, and Tony Taylor's going to come in and play second. That's how that's going to play out, folks. Oops. Making these changes in DDB right now. Dogs are a little riled up. They are not fans of Tony Taylor. So Howard's day will be done. Taylor comes in to play second base and bat in the 9-hole. I know you can't see the screen, but that's what I'm doing, is making these changes. Well, Coleman now, the pitcher of record on the W side, if they can hold on. All right. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. That was a little 7th-inning stretch for you. And it is Reggie Smith to lead things off. Reggie's 1 for 2 with an RBI today. And suddenly Boston looking to catch back up. They trail by a run. Coleman delivers. That is a 4-31. Patient and base on balls to Smith. That's one way to get back in the game. He's a 3 auto steal. The 4 is not good enough. And it's Cepeda coming up. 1 for 2 with an RBI. Smith on first, nobody out. The pitch from Coleman. He's going to be on a short leash here. Patient 07. That's a walk, and that's probably it for Mr. Coleman. He just got the lead. He's trying to give it away. Let's see who they're going to find in the bullpen. Coleman's day is done here in the 7th. He's not fatigued yet by game rules, but they do not want to watch him blow this lead that they just worked so hard to earn. So Petrocelli's due up, followed by Fisk. So we're going to look for a right-hander, and it's going to be not a lot of choices here. It's going to be Laren LeGros. It's one of the problems. Detroit has a short bullpen, at least this early in the season. So maybe they would have stuck with him, but I've already made the decision. Laren LeGros is going to come in and try to hold the Red Sox where they are. We'll be looking for a double play, obviously. First and second, nobody out. Petrocelli due up. Rico is 0 for 2. He flew out and grounded out. He did ground out to short his last time. LeGros would like to see it again. How about an 8-0-3? That's an in play. And that's going to be trouble into the gap, left center field. Horton can't get there. Neither can Stanley. It one-hops the monster. Stanley plays it well. Turns, makes a firing throw to second base. But it's a little late. Petrocelli sliding in under the tag. That is a double and an RBI for Rico. And the Sox have tied it up. So LeGros throws one pitch, and it's a tie ball game. And that'll bring up Fisk with runners in second and third. Now they're going to pull the infield in. They don't really have a choice. Let me just get that chart ready. Oh, wrong chart. It's this other side of the steel chart. I'll have to play the infield in to try to cut off the go-ahead run. And it's Fisk. Carlton 0 for 2 on the day. How about a 681? That's a ballpark check. 81's a high number, and it is in play. And a 47 against the righty. That's a grounder down to third. Going to be fielded by Rodriguez. Let's see what the infield in chart says. A 12. Roll all 4 dice and refer to play at home chart. Good times. So, this has only come up a couple times. Give me a second. Batter is safe at first. Other runners advance 1 base. Compare the 2d6 total to the runner's run rating. That is a 4. If it is greater than the runner's run rating, the runner's out at home. So Cepeda, it's unlikely a 4 is going to be greater than his run rating. It's equal to his run rating. less than the run rating. If it equals the run rating, the runner is safe when the percentile dice is 0 to 49. It's an 80. When the percentile dice is 50 to 99, the runner's out at home. So long story short, folks, the ground ball down to Rodriguez. He takes it, fires home, lays the tag on Cepeda, does Freehan, and he's out. They cut off the run. Everybody else will be safe. But that's the first out of the inning. Petrocelli moves to third. Fisk is on at first on the fielder's choice. And we're still in trouble here. It's going to be Doug Griffin coming up. They're going to play corners in this time, looking for a double play if it presents itself, but also a play at home. So corners in for Griffin. He's 0 for 2. Strikeout and a flyout. Petrocelli on third, Fisk on first. That is a 7-0-4 tough pitch and strikes him out. Nasty pitch by LeGros gets Griffin. And that's a big strikeout. So they throw a runner out at home for the first out, strike out the second guy, and now it's up to Evans. And they can't get a run home on an out anymore. They're going to need a base hit. So here's Dwight. Dewey's 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts today. He'd like to turn that around right now. Big opportunity for Evans. 8-28 in play and popped up on the infield. Nice pitch by LeGros, jams him. Evans does everything he can to get the bat on the ball, but McAuliffe settles under this one and makes the play for the third out of the inning. So they get a run, but that's where it stays. We'll go to the 8th. Moret will come out for his second inning of work. He'll face Kaline, followed by Cash and Brown, a righty and 2 lefties. That was some inning. An exciting ball game here. The Universe Galaxy NBA. How do you do a live stream like this where you can read what's in the chat room, set up a camera, but not go on camera? Listen, I don't have a great computer. I'm recording the game on my laptop. I should say I'm scoring the game on my laptop. I'm streaming from my smartphone. I don't have a webcam hooked up to the laptop because there's simply not enough ports. So that's what I'm doing, man. Nobody wants to see my face anyway. It's all about the play call, the cards, and the dice. So here we are. Roger Moret in to face Kaline. Al is 1 for 3. A single, a strikeout, and a fielder's choice. Tie ball game, top of the 8th. Detroit. Ready. 7-19 in play. Base hit for Kaline. Up the middle. It trickles through. And he finds himself a leadoff single. So Kaline's on, and here's the dangerous Norm Cash. Well, Cash does not hit lefties well. He's in his age 39 season, remember, but he's still got some power. It's the 8th. They're going to respect his power. Where are they? Where are they? Let's see what their options are. Who else plays first? And do they have a good right-handed bat? Tell you what they do. As much as you respect Norm Cash, they know that Boston does not have a righty to go to in the pen right now. They're going to bring up Ike Brown. Detroit's trying to win this one. It's an important game for them. They're 5-3. 6-3 being an awfully nice record this early in the season. So it's going to be Ike Brown pinch hitting for Cash, who just doesn't hit lefties well. He's only got 36 at-bats in real life against lefties in 73. And it's clear they went to a platoon option. Ike is a good pinch hit option here. So Kaline on first, nobody out. Moret will deal with Brown. Brown, by the way, 0 for 1 on the season. And a walk and an out. That's all he's got in 2 plate appearances. That is a 6-28. Tough out. Strikes him out. Does he? Oh, yeah. I almost looked at the wrong side, but regardless, the 28 is a strikeout. So Moret gets through the dangerous Brown, who will stay in to play first after this inning, no matter what. And now he's back to another lefty, Gates Brown. Well, we're running out of guys on the bench, I'll tell you that. Let's see if there's any better options. Kind of. I don't think they go to him, though. Oh, they're going to stick with Gates. So Brown's 0 for 3. 1 down. Kaline on first. Here's the pitch. 5-84. Patient and too high. Grounder down to second base. Griffin. Let's see. Fields it. Flips to Aparicio. Back to Yastrzemski. It's a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. Nice job by Moret to get out of that one after the leadoff base hit. And as we noted, the pinch hitter will stay in. Ike Brown and play first base. It's unclear yet if Moret's day is done. He could come out for another inning by payoff pitch rules. He could pitch 3. He's not fatigued. LeGros will come out for a second inning, and he'll face the top of the Boston order here in the bottom of the 8th. Harper to lead things off. 0 for 3 is Tommy. How about a 686? Ballpark check again, another high number. In play reroll, that's a 46. Against the righty, that's going to be a grounder back to LeGros. He gloves it and tosses it over to first to retire Harper, 1 away. He'll bring up Aparicio Luis. Having a rough start to his season, 3 for 28, and 1 for 3 today. He's actually improved his batting average. He was 088 coming in. He's now at 107. As the air conditioning comes on, it's actually going to be a little bit of a humid evening here in New Jersey. Temperate temperatures, but the humidity's still there. It's 718, tough pitch. And Aparicio fights this one off the opposite way. It's going to be into the gap. Stanley's on his way. He can't get it. It gets past him. K-line backing him up. He's there, but Aparicio will be in with a 1-out double. So 2 hits today for Aparicio. He had 2 hits in the season coming in 7 games. So that's a good start. Luis is turning his bat around for the Red Sox. And here's Yastrzemski. Carlo for 3 today. 1 down. Aparicio the go-ahead run on second. LeGros. Yastrzemski waits. It's a 4-15 patient. He lays off, and that's a base on balls. Well, they might have been playing a little pitch around with Yastrzemski there. I don't know why you want to get to Reggie Smith against, but you can understand that'll set up the double play. So here's Reggie. He's 1 for 2. 2-run score to walk and an RBI today. LeGros thinking one thing, ground ball. They're playing deep for the double play. 1 out, first and second. Bottom of the 8th. It's a tie game. That one's trying to get away. It's a 608. That could go a lot of ways. A ballpark check. That's a wheelhouse. LeGros hangs one to Smith. What can he do with it? A 60. That's a base hit. A ringing single to left center. Smith goes the other way, lines it towards Stanley. Stanley gets it deep in the gap. Aparicio scores. Yastrzemski to third. And Reggie's on with an RBI single to put the Red Sox ahead 4-3 here in the bottom of the 8th. LeGros finally gives up a run, and now still thinking double play, but he's in trouble. Trouble indeed. Nothing wrong with a radio broadcast. I think, honestly, that a lot of people, when they watch these YouTube games, they're just listening while they play anyway, guys. So that's my theory. I'm sticking to it. That's what I do. I'm always playing when I'm listening. I'm very rarely watching. One time I'm watching is on lunch at work when I'm trying to kill some time and get my head out of the work grind. Well, it's Yastrzemski on third, Smith on first. Make sure you follow Sports Time Machine, by the way. He's a very, very good broadcaster. Plays some good games, man. Good friend of the channel. So first and third, 1 down. They are playing deep. The go-ahead run is in. They need a double play to get out of this one. And here's the pitch from LeGros to Cepeda. It is a 4-33. Patient and a base on balls. And I think that's all for Laren. He's gotten in enough trouble for one day. He's responsible for all 3 runners on these bases. He's already given up a run. They're going to say, have a seat, Mr. LeGros. And who are they going to bring in to do it? Petroselli? Well, you're not going to believe this. I got to see something. If we're paying any attention to usage, they might only have one option. Well, they might have 2 options. They have a mildly fatigued option, but they're both lefties. I got to see if we've used Dave Lemanzik yet. Lemanzik has been used. He only gets 1 appearance, frankly. And we don't stick strictly to that, but I try to keep an eye on it. He's at 100% usage. So, if there are other options, we're going to go with him. It's going to be Fred Sherman, a lefty, coming in to face the righty Petrocelli. Again, these early season bullpens not fully formed yet, folks. They're trying to figure out what kind of pitching staff they're going to put together. And yeah, it's going to be Fred Sherman coming in to face Petrocelli. Not an ideal situation, but Sherman is a good ground ball pitcher, double play number 8 here in the payoff pitch. And that's what they'll be looking for. Everything else is pretty much irrelevant unless he hits it out of the park. It's a 1-run lead for Boston. Boston bullpen's warming. It's hard to see who's out there. Well, let's take a look. It looks like Bob Veal. Looks like Bob Veal and Bobby Bolin are both throwing out in the Boston bullpen. Somebody's going to come in and pitch the ninth. Well, here's Petrocelli, bases loaded, full of Red Sox. Rico is 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI on the day. Sherman is ready. Is he? He is. I want to make sure I actually put him in. And low pitch. About a 440, patient left-hander. That's a base hit. All right, we got a little bit of checking something out to do. We got to see what kind of... Smith's a 7. The base hit on a 4, according to this chart, is a line drive into center. So we're going to see Stanley's arm. Let's take a look at Mickey Stanley's arm. Once again, Smith, Yastrzemski's going to score. Smith. The question here is, are we going to send Smith? I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm looking for Stanley's arm. Stanley's arm's an 8. We're going to go ahead and make the choice to send Smith. So Yastrzemski soars on the base hit. Smith is being waved home. He's a run 7 against an arm 8. This is what you call coach's choice, folks. We're going to roll 2 dice. If it's less than 7, he's going to be out. If it's if it's greater than 8, he's going to be safe. If it's 7 or 8, we've got another die roll. And it's a 4. He's out. Stanley with a cannon home. And Smith is nailed. Freehand laying the tag on him, but the Red Sox get another run. Let's score this one. It's a single. Yastrzemski will score. Runner 2x2. And runner 1 is going to advance 2. So, see if I did that right. Smith is out at home. Spada advances to 3rd. That's exactly what we wanted. So Smith is nailed at home on a great throw by Stanley. But the Red Sox do get another run. That's the second out in the tag at home by Freehan. Cepeda over to 3rd, and Petrocelli with an RBI single. Red Sox now leading 5-3. And it'll be Carlton Fisk coming up with 2 outs. Fisk is 0 for 3 on the day. A fly out, a strikeout, and a ground ball fielder's choice. How about an 8-0-2? Never like those low numbers either way. It's a strikeout. So Sherman gets through it. But 2 runs come in for Boston. And Moret's day is done. It's going to be Horton Rodriguez and Stanley due up. Let's see what that means for Red Sox pitching. What it means is Bobby Bolin, who pitched yesterday, is going to come in and try to get the save today against these right-handers. Veal's still staying limber in the bullpen just in case. Let's make sure we get Bobby Bolin in the game. We wait patiently for the laptop to load. Bolin. Come on in, Bobby. Looks like they split closer duties, righty-lefty style. Bolin against right-handers. And this is a right-handed inning coming up. Detroit a little light on pinch hitters. We still have Jim Northrup on the bench. He's a good option. Duke Sims, the backup catcher, and Rich Reese. And my dog, not a big fan of pinch hitters. Got it out. Take a little sip of tea here while the dog calms down. Midge. Her name is Midge. Oscar's being good. He's just sitting there. Somebody must be walking their dogs. Don't scare her. Get her off the couch. Come on, down. Come on, baby. So it's the top of the 9th. Boston takes a 2-run lead in the 8th, and now it's Bolin on to try to close it out. Here's Horton. Not going to pinch hit for him. He's a slugger. 1 for 3 with a run scored today for Willie. He'll try to start things off. They need a bloop and a blast. Bolin with the pitch at 11:04. Wheelhouse right away, 0-4. Forget about it. A fastball right down the middle, up and in. And Horton turned on it. And it's a one-run game with nobody out top of the ninth. Horton had held his breath on that one. He was looking fastball all the way. And the first pitch he saw, he hit over the monster for a one-run homer. Because there's nobody on base, guys. The inning just started. But we've still got a ball game. Look out. Well, Rodriguez due. Now you're going to see a pinch hitter, I assume. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be Northrop. And it is. So Aurelio will come out. And Northrop will come on in. Northrop, a good hitter against right-handers and left-handers alike. Thus far on the season, Jim is 5 for 21, a 238 average, no homers and 1 RBI. He's a little cold to start things off, but here's his opportunity to break out of an early season slump. Bolin ready. By the way, Bolin coming in has not been good either. This is his 4th game, and with that homer, he has a 7.71 ERA with 2 saves to go with it. But yeah, 4 earned runs in 4 2/3 innings. So here's Bolin against Northrop. Nobody out. It's a one-run game, top of the ninth. How about an 8:41 in play? And pop up on the infield. Petrocelli ranges over, calls everybody off, and makes the play to retire Northrop for the first out. So he jammed him there. Well, now it's Stanley. And Mickey's going to hit for himself. Righty on righty, Bolin's ready. Stanley is 1 for 3 on the dice. A runner RBI. How about a 7:22 in play and a base hit through the left side for Stanley. A chopping ground ball that got in between Aparicio and Petrocelli. Stanley's on first. Decent running speed. He's a 7, and that's all you matter. He can get extra bases when you need it. And that'll bring up Tony Taylor, who came in as a defensive replacement, pardon me. And he does not hit righties well, but we're running out of options, I'll tell you that. Let's see who we got. They could go to Duke Sims. I don't like to bring in the backup catcher. Or they could go to Rich Reese. And if they do, who the hell is going to play infield? I don't think they can hit for Taylor. I think he has to hit for himself. There's no defensive replacement if they tie this game up. Not without getting real creative. I'm sure we could do that, but anyway. Stanley on first. Taylor waits. 1 out. Just want to see something. Stanley's a terrible base stealer. So the hit and run's not really an option here. Bolin ready. Taylor waits. First at bat of the day for Tony. It's a 5:35. Tough pitch. And this one is trouble. He yanks this one. It's going to one-hop the monster. Stanley is around third. Is he going to make it? What did I do? Sorry, hold on 1 second. That's a tough pitch. And the throw comes in. They'll stop him at third. They'll hold him up. Man, that was a great throw by Reggie Smith. And they did not want to get nailed at the plate. So it'll be second and third with 1 out. And McAuliffe coming up. Freehand in the on-deck circle. So this is trouble. I think Bolin's going to get pulled. And they're going to go to Veal. So maybe back-to-back games for Bolin. Not a good idea. He's in deep trouble here. And they're going to go to Bob Veal. Veal will try to close it out. He's got a precarious situation. The tying run is on third. The go-ahead run is on second. And now the the Detroit bullpen is throwing a little bit. Is that all they have? Are you kidding me? That's it. Well, Sherman might be their best option. But there is action in the Detroit bullpen, if you were wondering. So second and third, they're not going to walk McAuliffe. Where are they? Hold on. Nope. Man. McAuliffe kills lefties. Holy crap. Lefty on lefty. He's a reverse platoon. Didn't realize, but Veal's in. We're sticking with it. They're going to find this out the hard way, perhaps. What are we going to do here? Limited at bat against lefties. You wouldn't think McAuliffe's a lefty killer like he is, so they're probably going to pitch to him. Trying to think what the manager would do. So second and third, the tying run 90 feet away, and they're playing in for obvious reasons. It's a 6. That's cocked. Re-roll it. 6:43, tough pitch, and strikes him out. Exactly what Veal needed right there. Now there's 2 outs, and he's got to deal with Bill Freehan. Freehan hits lefties better than he does righties, but Bolin was not pitching well. So Detroit down to their final out. It's a 5-4 game, top of the 9th. Stanley 90 feet away on third. Taylor at second. Freehan can tie this one up with a base hit and possibly put them ahead. Veal on the mound. Freehan waits. K-line on deck. They're not going to walk him and get to K-line, that's for sure. It's a 7-12 in play, and that could be trouble. This one is a chopper up the middle, and it's through. It's going to get through for a base hit. Both runs are going to score, I think. What's Taylor's run rating? Hold on. Oh, yeah, he's quick. Both runs will score, and what a game, folks. Just like that, the Tigers have jumped back in the lead. Boston brings in both their closer options. And it's a 6-5 Tiger lead with 2 runs in 3 runs in the 9th. Pardon me. Boy, it's fallen apart for Boston here, hasn't it? So Freehan's on first. A 2-run single. Possibly the hero of the day. And Veal will try to get his composure and face K-line. It's his game now, one way or the other. So here's Al. K-line 2 for 4 on the day. Seeing the ball well. Freehan not straying far from first. 2 down, top of the 9th. The pitch, it's a 5-0-4 tough. Strikes him out. So Veal comes back and gets the strikeout when he needs it. He didn't get hit hard, but man, did he get hit specifically. Detroit scores 3 runs in the top of the 9th. So Boston scores 2 in the bottom of the 8th to take the lead. And Detroit comes right back. And now it's going to be an interesting decision here. Sherman has gone 2/3 of an inning. Griffin, Evans, and Harper due up. Griffin possibly see a pinch hitter for you. You do not want a lefty against him if you can avoid it. But man, they're pretty much out of options. It's either Sherman or Hiller. They're both lefties. Both teams have the same problem here. Hiller's better, a lot better. They're going to go to Hiller. He'll be tired after this game no matter what, but he's going to come in and try to get the save. And that plays right into Griffin. Griffin is much better against lefties, but both guys were lefties, so it's an exciting game here from Fenway Park. April 17th, 1973. John Hiller coming on to try to close things out for the Tigers. Doug Griffin hits lefties extremely well. .358 batting average in 73 with a .474 slugging percentage. He only hit 1 homer. It was against a left-hander. What's my issue here? I need a player at third base. Who's that going to be? Well, Northrop can't play third. What can he play? He can play outfield. Let's see who can play third. I don't think K-line can, no. What options do we have? Horton? Nope. Stanley? Stanley might be able to play third. Nope. All right. We need a third baseman for Detroit. Hold on a second. We don't have one. Well, shit. We're already in trouble. All right, let's go through the whole damn lineup, see who can play third, and we'll figure it out from there. Probably McAuliffe, but we don't have a shortstop, so that's not going to work. Freehan cannot play third. We know K-line can't. Somebody's playing third, goddammit, and it's not going to be good. Brown, Horton, Northrop, Stanley? Nope. Taylor? Taylor can play third. Do I have a second baseman? Nope. We've got a problem, Houston. Making his debut at second base, which is going to make him a an F1, Jim Northrop. We put the athletic Northrop in at third base and hope to all hell nobody hits it to him. So Hiller's in a pitcher. Northrop is playing third. This has gone to shit in a handbasket. But boy, it's an entertaining game, and both managers pulling out all the stops. So here's Hiller. Griffin is ready. Griffin 0 for 3 on the day, but he hasn't faced a lefty yet. That's a 7-18, a tough pitch, and forget it. Hiller goes right after him and sits Griffin down, 1 away. Here's Evans. Hits lefties better than he does righties as well. Dewey's 0 for 3. How about a 9-0-0, folks? It's a tough, rare play. Nobody on. It's going to be a 50 if you want to look it up yourself. Tough, rare play, 50. Base is empty, tough. Batter swings at a wild pitch that gets past the catcher. Record the strikeout. This is a common one. And check if the batter is safer out by rolling 2d6. An 8. Nice result is equal to or less than the batter's run rating. He beats the throw to first. It's a 7. Nope, he's out. It's going to be a drop, a strikeout. Evans swings. Freehand drops the ball, fields it quickly, and throws to first to retire Evans. So that's drop K out as far as Digital Diamond is concerned. And there's 2 away. And that'll bring up Tommy Harper. Harper, pretty decent against lefties. Pretty consistent. Doesn't matter what side of pitcher he's facing. There's 2 gone, bottom of the 9th. Boston trails by a run. Harper on the day, 0 for 4. Hiller deals. That's counting. It's a level die. 11. Ballpark, 05. That's wheelhouse, folks. That's wheelhouse. 1-21 for Tommy Harper will tie this game. Up to 48, he's on base. 52. Grounds it down to first. Ike Brown is there. He flips to Hiller covering, and that's the ball game. So Hiller comes in, goes 1-2-3, makes it interesting by hanging one to Harper, but he nubs it down to Brown, who doesn't let it get past him. A nice play by Brown to prevent what would have been a 2-base hit. And that's it. The final score from Fenway Park. Detroit 6, Boston 5. What a game, folks. That was a fun one. I don't know about you, but my adrenaline's going. So Hiller gets the save. Let's take a look at the box score and figure out what the hell happened here. Well, you can't see the box score. I could turn the camera. We're not going to play that game. Just pretend it's radio. The winning pitcher is Fred Sherman. He goes 2/3 of an inning and gets a hit, gives up only a hit. Willie Horton, the player of the game. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, that homer was big, but to me, the really big blow was who the hell was it? Give me a sec. They're insane. They gave Horton the player of the game. I don't like that about it sometimes. It was going to be, well, Frank Howard had that big two-run double earlier in the game. But who knocked that in? It was Freehand. Freehand with the 2-run single that put Detroit ahead in the 9th. So Horton's homer was nice, but it's really Bill Freehand in my book that's the player of the game, folks. If you want to wrap it up here. The winning pitcher, like I said, is Sherman. He goes 2/3 and gives up no runs. LeGros, by the way, 1 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. The starter Coleman went 6 and gave up 3. And Hiller gets his second save of the season. Bobby Bolin is saddled with the loss. He goes 1/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 3 earned runs. And the homer by Horton, of course. And that's where we stand. After 9 complete, the Tigers prevail over the Red Sox in a wild one, 6-5. Folks, my name's Joe. This has been Payoff Pitch Baseball 1973 style. Trying to keep some games going for you here. I'm going on vacation in about a week, so I won't be streaming during that time. So we'll try to get a few games in between now and then, and maybe a little state of the channel action. Also tune in this weekend for an unboxing video. I'm not going to tell you what, but I'm excited about it. We'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Do not forget to hit the like button, the follow button, and the thumbs up. Hey, we lost a little bit of camera traction there. I'm sorry about that. I don't know when we pulled that in so tight, but in any case, I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Thanks for hanging out. See you soon.